Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and it's time for another episode of Would I Lie to You? Guys, I'm on a bit of a hunt here. I'm trying to track down what might be the last Bob Mortimer clip that I have yet to see on Would I Lie to You. I've been told there's a segment called The Cockroach King. I believe it takes place in Series 12. I'm hoping it takes place in this episode, Episode 9, The Unseen Bits. But this is a bit of a dart throw. I might be off. So this is a compilation episode, obviously. There will be a ton of faces from the entire Series 12. Hopefully we'll get a Bob Mortimer bit, but even if we don't, I have a good feeling that there will be some other excellent segments in this episode for us to enjoy. So without further ado, let's jump into it. This is episode 9 of Series 12 of Would I Lie to You?
Joining Lee Mack tonight, Bob Mortimer.
And that's encouraging.
Bunton, John Richardson, Debbie McGee, Rory Reid, Joe Brand, Daisy May Cooper, and Henning Wehn.
That's a good
Joining
cast.
David Mitchell tonight, Alex Jones, Olivia Coleman, Aston Marigold, Diane Morgan, Lucy Porter, Dion Dudley, and Sean Williamson. John is first up.
Now that I've
At home, if I need to remember to do something,
Now that I've started seeing some 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown,
back until I've done it.
I see this man in an entirely different light.
I think that's true.
Yeah. Yes, I think we can go straight to an answer.
So, John, was it the truth? Wait a minute.
So you put your slippers on the wrong feet to remind you that you've got something to do?
Yes.
Like a knot in the handkerchief?
Yes, I stopped carrying a handkerchief around the house in sort of the mid-19th century.
I still carry a handkerchief. Of course, it's encrusted with snot.
Hi, girls.
What sort of thing would you use it to remind yourself to do?
Well, we have moved house recently, so I very often
Remind
find
yourself not to go back to the old house.
I'll think, oh, I'll put that picture up and I'll go up to get a hammer from the hammer room. And then on the way up, I'll see something else that needs doing. And then by the time I'm putting the washing away, I've forgotten about the picture. They're a sort of corduroy slipper, David, you would like. I mean, they're almost sort of, they look the same. It's just, sometimes I put them on the wrong way by accident. And I think, what have I got to do? And I think, oh no, I've just put them on the wrong foot.
Yeah, I think it's a good
It's so
system.
plausible, isn't it?
I'm going to adopt this. I'm thinking of swapping my shoes now to make sure I don't forget about the bins later.
It is a lie.
Well done. Well done. They thought they had a peg right from the first get-go.
Every time I lose a tooth, I put it in a pot. This is that pot.
Because my children are watching this. Why didn't the tooth fairy take them? Because if you was to put that under your pillow, you'd get about 700 quid.
So why did you decide to start just collecting them?
Something to do, isn't it?
This has to be a lie.
Thank you. I'll take the lid.
Yeah.
I feel like a very grumpy fairy.
Oh, my God! Oh, wow. This one's quite decayed.
Yeah, she's from Bolton.
Do you remember which one comes from where?
Well, they all came from my mouth.
What scares me is if this isn't true, whose teeth are they?
If I find out the producer of this show has pulled out his children's teeth for the sake of this show, I will genuinely say, well done, mate.
You can probably buy children's teeth online.
It's probably true.
I think she has to be telling the truth because she doesn't strike me as a person warped and deranged enough to collect other people's teeth.
No, I don't know.
No, that's not the lie. That's not the lie.
If she's not telling the truth, it means that this is as new to her as it is to us. It doesn't mean I'm lying because they're not my teeth.
I hope it's true.
It's a
Okay,
lie.
true.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's actually true.
Oh.
My first taste of fame was when the local newspaper dubbed me the Cockroach King.
Yes, we found it.
What was the newspaper?
My local.
The Middlesbrough
The
Gazette.
South London Press.
Oh.
Are you from South London?
I was in the lead-up to the headline, The Cockroach King. I was a solicitor at the time, and I sued the local authority because of cockroach infestations in the council houses. Yes! I had to change the names because these are real legal proceedings that we're talking about. I don't think it's fair to say that, let's say she's called Barbara Lighthouse.
Yeah. Were you representing
Barbara Lighthouse?
I was. She's engaged my services. I visited her property.
Must have been ages to get to the top.
There were Egyptian cockroaches, so I had an idea.
Oh, not Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
I said, I bet this is bad for your mental health. I took them to the magistrate's court on a private criminal prosecution under the Public Health Act.
Why are you counting every letter in the same? Working out how much to charge her.
The Egyptian cockroach, they live in the concrete, and they can actually live off the concrete.
They've got some hard cockroaches. They live in the concrete.
They nip out to go behind the fridge or the cooker, or to turn the light out.
What were the size of these Egyptian cockroaches?
They're long and thin, slip right in.
That's my profile on Tinder.
Is of the Cockroach King would suggest a champion of the cockroach.
Did you lead the cockroaches away like the Pied Piper?
No, I didn't. I got an expert from the University of Cambridge called Broccoli High Kicks. Again, I've changed.
Broccoli High Kicks.
Went to court. It's all coming ever so clear now. Ronnie Omlets was the housing officer.
Ronnie Omlets.
You haven't changed his name, have you?
Barbara Lighthouse brought a clear jar of the cockroaches with her and poured them over Ronnie Omlets.
No.
So the council agreed to rehouse. Next day, the Cockroach King.
It's that bizarre that only Bob could make it up, so I think that's true.
That doesn't make sense. Are you saying,
Yeah.
Are you saying that if
It's
anyone
gotta be
else had
true.
said it, it would definitely
I know he
be
was
true
a
because they couldn't have
solicitor
invented
in his
it.
20s.
One person who's saying it is also coincidentally the only human who could also have invented it.
Yes.
What a terrible set of circumstances.
I was telling the truth.
Yes. Ronnie
when I was
Omlets be
baby
damned.
Spice, I mainly just ate baby food.
What were the other girls eating at this stage?
Beans on toast, corned beef and rice.
Corned beef and rice? Who was eating that?
Who do you think?
I'd go for Mel B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you discover that?
It was either my nephew, a cousin, a baby, and I must have just tasted it.
What were your stools like?
That's a...
I don't think that question's ever been asked before on this show.
You have to answer
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Because
Please.
having been an active father with nappy changing, I know the effect that stuff has on your system.
When a baby goes from just having milk to having the first baby food, there is a marked change in the nature of the stool. Basically, it turns into normal excrement, which is not very nice. The most pleasant of the excrements is the excrement of a baby before it is weaned. I'm not saying it's an actively nice substance, but of all the excrements, it's definitely my favourite.
Love
Just
David
say, David,
Mitchell.
on behalf of the team, thank you for getting us past Sean's awkward
Thank
moment.
you. If you like, I'll rank all of the excrements. So I would prefer horse to dog.
No one wants dog.
Who wouldn't?
Dog.
No one puts dog on their roses. We're going to go live.
Lie.
Unfortunately, it's true.
I can walk from my house to the corner shop on only one gulp of air and regularly do so just for fun.
How far's the corner shop from your house, David?
4 miles. It's yards.
And when did you take the gulp?
Earlier that day.
Is it before the moat or after the moat?
It's as I clear the
As the
drawbridge.
drawbridge is approximately how many houses are there from you and the
To the corner shop. 25. But these are just estate workers' cottages. It started on a day where I had a problem with serial hiccups.
And is it not an awkward moment when one of your neighbours passes you and says, "Morning, David"?
Yes, and on occasion I have given up on the holding the breath in order to greet someone and seem like a normal human.
Spoken like a good robot.
You want me to walk back and forth across the set holding my breath?
Yes.
And that, in your view, would achieve something?
Shall we be your wife and child? Yeah.
Yeah, you can, or you could be a grandfather clock and a piano. You're not part of this.
Oh, I love David Mitchell.
Farewell, beloved family, for I must go to the shop.
Morning, David!
Your flies are undone.
Experiment is completely ruined.
I don't believe in the shop.
No.
What?
I'm imagining that David lives in the countryside somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I've been to David's house. It's a ghetto. Well, I'll go with my team and say that's not true.
No, it's marginally athletic, and therefore he doesn't do it.
It is a lie.
I once presented a woman at work with what I now realise was a deeply inappropriate gift.
What was the gift?
Quick, make up something.
Dustpan and brush was her birthday.
Where were you working?
The company I was working for before I left for Britain.
And what did they do?
Tried to bundle the demand of golf clubs.
They tried to what?
And obviously the manufacturers, they overcharge you, whilst if all the clubs come together and buy...
What the hell are you talking about?
No, there's...
I'm only speaking on behalf of the nation.
This was a company that organised separate golf clubs to act as a consortium in order to buy golfing equipment more inexpensively.
That is exactly, concisely the business plan, exactly right.
And what was your role?
Trying to recruit new members to the consortium. You need a flag.
What a shame if something would have happened with this flag.
Was it particularly difficult selling the bunkers?
Why did you think that a dustpan and brush would be an appropriate present to start with?
The day before, she was saying how much cleaning she had to do and how...
Could you reenact the face of the gift recipient when she opened the present?
I have seen you trying to sell the flags and the clubs, like me. I got you this.
Oh, thank you very much.
On the One Show, do you exchange gifts? Do you and Matt Baker?
Last year, a cup and saucer. One of those you'd put in a posh cupboard in your kitchen. There's only one ever.
It's nice, I always think, to put a few things aside for people to pack away when you're dead. I won't be touching that again, but one day, when I'm dead, someone will have to deal with that. What do you think?
Oh, this is a good David episode.
I think we'll all die one day. I think we'll all die one day.
True. It is true. I think, yeah, I think so.
Of course it's true.
I was once favourite to win an athletics event, but ended up coming last after an incident in a toilet cubicle.
Oh, dear.
Well, what was the athletics event?
It was a javelin.
How old were you?
I was about 16.
And you were the favourite. Why?
I could chuck it a long way.
How far? How far, roughly?
Probably...
For God's sake, make it less than 110 metres, which is the world record.
111 metres. 20 or 30 metres.
Were you also good at running fast?
Ha, ha, ha.
To be fair, I think that was a genuine question.
Oh, sorry. I did actually hold the 100-metre record for our school. That was because I was having a fag behind the bike sheds and I heard the dinner bell. I was preparing for sports day, so I went in the toilet to have a fag and...
It was a different time.
Struck one to light my fag with, didn't blow it out, and the box exploded in my javelin throwing hand.
Oh.
So I had to throw the javelin with my left hand.
No.
I think it could be true.
And you think
I think it absolutely is. It just took a dark turn. There was suddenly no humor in the story.
It is true.
Yeah.
I once continued with a first date, even though I'd been sick in my handbag.
When was this?
Last week.
2 weeks ago.
I was about, I'd say, 22. I
drunk?
got very drunk. He was a bit older and posher, and he said, let's go to this art gallery.
How much older and how much posher? And how much married?
So I'd got really drunk, and then he said, oh, I'll take you home, but we were on the bus.
The man who's a lot posher than you took you home on the bus.
How big was your handbag? It was a sort of novelty leopard skin fur bag. No, he didn't notice at all.
How were you sick? You must have been sat next to him.
Yeah, I was sat, but I think he was looking out the window or something. He said, I'll walk you home.
Yeah.
And I walked, and I was aware that there was dripping.
Oh.
But he didn't seem to notice.
Well, he was older. Maybe he was leaking too.
I think he wanted to come in, and I said, no, I've just been sick.
Oh, you told him then?
Yeah, never saw him again.
But presumably your keys, oh my word, did you have to reach in?
Actually, I've actually got to go home.
To the wife.
You know, I don't think men's standards are that high, are they?
True.
I just haven't quite got there yet because it is going to seep out a lot.
See, first you said it was dripping out, and it would be leaving a trail.
It's smelly.
At least he can find his way back to the bus stop. Follow the yellow stick road.
Oh, he's so fast.
I'm going to go with my team and say true.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Good night.
There we go. I think that's all of the bobs. We saw Cockroach King. I'm glad I finally found it. Great story. I think as you know more about these characters in advance, the more you can decipher, obviously. That just follows. And I've known from interviews and articles about Bob that he did have a stint as a solicitor in his 20s. And yeah, this just, for a Bob story, it wasn't that crazy. I do love how he makes up names. Like, no one makes up better fake names in the world than Bob Mortimer. He's just got a gift, and Barbara Lighthouse would agree. But I feel like this episode was like an amazing showcase for David. Like, he just had some great rants, great moments, really entertaining. He was ranking poos, guys. Come on. I mean, like, and committing to the joke. Like, he ran with it, you know? I have to give him real props for that. A lot of fun. Anyway, there we go. We got that one. That was a lot of fun, and thank you for joining me, as always. Love to hear your thoughts. If there's any other episodes of Would I Lie to You that you feel I need to see that I haven't yet, first of all, check my archives, because there's a bunch that I have done, and they're worth checking out. But if I haven't yet seen one, leave a note in the comments below, and I'll add it to the list. I have a funny feeling by the time this is all over, I'll have seen 80 or 90% of the entire Would I Lie to You catalog, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Thanks to all of you for joining me. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Until then, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.